Hey guys, welcome back to Saga Survivors. Today I got some pretty cool stuff to share with you. We're unboxing a new figure, and I got a really cool Easter egg explained. So let's jump right in. So let's get into the weekly watched. Now, I'm not here to spoil anything. If you want a more spoiler filled listen, then you can check out my buddies over at the Sith List. They pretty much go into most shows, and they'll give you a warning if you're not trying to get it spoiled. But they're a good channel to check out. I'm not here to spoil anything. I just want to share a little bit, give a little bit of a synopsis of what's going on in what I watched. This week on The Lord of the Rings, we got to see our really cool wizard friend do some pretty awesome magic, and we got to see an elf kick some booty, which was pretty dope. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. Definitely a great watch. I definitely recommend it. If you're not watching it, go check it out. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. It's phenomenal. Then this week we also got Endor, the show we've all been waiting for. Ooh, it blew it out of the water. For me, this show is the best Star Wars Disney Plus show that they've released so far. I feel like this one is more for the older crowd. It's less how to, it's it doesn't have much comic relief. It definitely has more of the same feel that we got from Rogue One. The tone is very serious. It's a good watch. It's great storytelling and character development. Don't get me wrong. I definitely enjoyed the other Disney Plus Star Wars shows, but this one is something else. This one isn't it's not a big marketing scheme. It's not trying to sell you any figures or sell your kids any figures. It's not about that. It feels more like it's just telling a good story, and it's not, it just doesn't have like the same feel that the Book of Boba had. Book of Boba was a great show, don't get me wrong, but it also felt like having all the Power Ranger crew with all the bright colors and stuff. It was really aimed towards a younger crowd, and it told a good story, but it was definitely a different vibe. This one is more gritty. It definitely is telling a more mature story, a greater fight in the rebellion, and overall it's a great watch. I can't wait. The next episode drops tomorrow, and I'm so glad that they gave us 3 episodes. It really, if it would have just been one, it would have been a bit tougher. But they gave us the first good portion to really just like get you in the story. So I'm pretty stoked on that, and I appreciate that. Aside from Endor, what else did I watch? I also watched She-Hulk. Now, I know last week I said something about the finale happening, and boy, was I wrong. So, She Hulk has 9 episodes. I don't know what I was thinking, but but we still have 3 more She Hulk episodes, which I'm pretty stoked on. I know that I did say how I felt a little disappointed with the previous episode, but watching it as a whole, you kind of see how it was built and set up the stage for this episode that just passed. And so, it's a little bit of a learning lesson that maybe I need to, you know, wait for the whole cake to be finished before I try a slice and try to judge it on being a cake. That's probably something that we can all take a lesson from. A little bit about the episode. I thought it was really cool that we see She-Hulk really battling with people not being able to accept her for as she is, and she's just going through the struggle of finally she's like feeling empowered and like ready to be She-Hulk, and then people are feeling insecure about it. And then of course Titania shows up, and if you didn't already see the memes or see the episode, it's definitely worth the watch. I thought it was pretty cool. So check it out. And that pretty much sums up the shows that I watched. Now, on to Easter Egg Explained. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, this week we're going to talk about the number 1138. Now, have you ever noticed in A New Hope when Han and Luke are taking Chewie up to the different prison cell, they're transferring him because they're trying to get to Princess Leia? I'm sure you all know. They tell the other stormtroopers that they're trying to take him to cell.
Prisoner transfer from cell block 1138.
And then maybe you also caught in A Phantom Menace when the Gungans are in the battle on Naboo. Right before they're about to take over and capture the Gungans, they all get deactivated. And then right in front of Jar Jar is a droid that just slumps over and he ends up pushing him. And you see right here, there's a number on his back. And of course, the number is 1138. There's countless other times in Rebels and in Clone Wars where that number is used and just sprinkled in. Now, the reason that 1138 is such an important number is because in 1971, George Lucas dropped a film called THX 1138. It's in a post-apocalyptic time, and there's androids who are basically taken over, and they're in control of humans, and humans are all kind of enslaved to them, and it's a very dramatized sci-fi. Now, this movie came out 6 years before Star Wars, which it definitely does not have any type of Star Wars vibe, but you can see where George Lucas was able to really like get his foundation of sci-fi movies. So it's definitely a good one to check out, and it's definitely cool to see how he sprinkled in that Easter egg for us all over Star Wars. I guess he's pretty proud of that movie. I mean, it did make $2.4 million in the box office, and that's in the 70s. So if we calculate today, that's about $18 million in the box office. So that's not bad. And if we check out the results on Rotten Tomatoes, it still has an 84% by reviews, and by the people, a 73% score. So the movie might be worth watching. You guys might want to check it out. And then you'll have a better grasp when you see 1138 sprinkled out in your favorite Star Wars content. All right, now that brings us to my favorite part of the show, where I get to unbox a new figure. And today we have Emperor Palpatine. Now these boxes, you know, I hate having unboxed, but I really want to get to Palpatine so I can make a stop motion with him. I've been doing that a lot. You guys probably seen them on my shorts if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, go check it out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely want to make one with Palpatine. So I'm gonna open them up. It's just a bummer because I really like keeping the boxes, you know. It's nice to be able to pop them back in if I don't have them displayed, or you know, just for transfer and stuff. But with these, I guess a shoebox will do. All right, let's check this guy out. He's got his little cane. And it's possible that I will be getting a Palpatine in his throne room from my friend over at the Bad Motivators podcast, Eric Strathers. Let's check this guy out. He's got the cloth robe, which is really cool. I always like when the figures have the cloth robes. He's got his little cane pretending like he needs it. Kind of like Yoda, right? Oh yeah, he's got his huge forehead, looking like a crazy lizard person. Yeah, it's all cloth. That's pretty cool. I wonder if you could take this off. Yeah, it looks like you can. You could take off the little robe if you really wanted to. Yeah, it pops off right here. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, his I like the way the feel is for his knees. Like the way it bends. It feels very malleable. All right, let's see if he could stand. See if he could pass the test. This time I got a little table in front of me, so be able to see if he stands here. He's also got his cane, so worst case, he'll just use that to balance, right? But let's see how long it'll take for me to get this guy to stand. He's wearing a dress here, so it's kind of it's kind of hard to get his legs to really hold up. Come on, old man Palpy, you got this. There we go. He's a little hunched over. But we got it. He is standable. It's always the worst when the figures can't stand, and it definitely happens sometimes. They'll be too top heavy or something. Some figures actually come with stands, which is really nice. But yeah, it looks like he'll be good to stand and definitely good to make a little video. So check this guy out. Emperor Palpy. He's a good one. I definitely give him, I think I'd give him about a 8 out of 10. Tony Kenobi review. 8 out of 10. All right. So now this brings me to my Twitch channel. I just want to go in a little bit and not too much plug, but I do want to just talk about what I'm going to be playing this week if you guys want to catch it. If you have any recommendations of what maybe you want to see me play, just let me know in the comments below. But this week I am very close to completing Kingdom Hearts. I've been heavily going at it. If you guys saw my Twitch channel, you'll see that there's pretty large windows of me just going at Kingdom Hearts and getting it done. And it's been fun. You know, it's definitely a throwback. I played it when I was young, and so it brings back a lot of fond memories for me. And I'm just tearing it up. It's a good game. Uh, I'm I'm still working on Jack and Daxter 2. I haven't forgotten about it, but I haven't been going too hard. And I've also been playing some Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's so fun online. I haven't really gotten too much into the story mode. I'm just really enjoying myself online and just messing around and hunting and doing all the fun stuff. But also this week, I got into Fortnite. I never really played before. You know, my younger brother would play, and I would hop on sometimes, and I wasn't really into it. But recently, I've been getting into it, and you could just see from this clip. I'm not too bad. So I'm excited to just keep playing and get better, and I'm working on my building and whatnot. But yeah, Fortnite's pretty fun. So if you want to watch me stream any of those things, check me out. It's Saga Survivors. Now, last but definitely not least, the Jedi Weekly Meditation. Let's check it out. Now, like always, I'll open up the book and I'll pick a meditation, and then I challenge you all to try it. Try whatever meditation comes. I'm definitely going to try it. I'm definitely going to implement it in my life for the week. So let's check it out. Accepting failure. That's a big one. That's a really rough one, and it can be heavy. But it's definitely something that, we all have to do. We all, we try things and we fail. But we just gotta, accept it, get back up, dust ourselves off, and get back to it. And not feeling shame behind it. I think that's one of the biggest things is, we tend to feel shameful and like, oh, we weren't good enough. We didn't succeed. But that's not what it's about. You gotta get in the dirt and fail sometimes to get better. The first time I tried to make a YouTube channel was Darth Jinto, and it did all right, but it didn't. I stopped and I felt like I was a failure and I didn't make it, and so I just eventually I was able to accept that, get back up, and continue. And now I'm rocking this with you guys. And we'll see how that goes. And if this doesn't work out, then, I'll move on to the next thing. And I'll just keep going because that's what you got to do. You got to accept your failures because that builds the foundation for who you're going to become or who you are. Who every day we make the choice of who we are. And so accepting that is just part of it. So yeah, this week just accept your failures without remorse, without regret, and see how you feel. Really get into it. Now, I also wanted to mention that for some of you, you might be like, well, who is this guy? Why is he popping up meditations in his vlog or podcast? Or I am a certified yoga instructor, and I really think that holistic healing and meditation and mindfulness is very important, as well as my favorite nerd fandom. So I like to mix it all together because a lot of people in our fandoms need help with meditation and struggle with depression and different things like that. And so I want to focus on that as part of it. I want people to feel like they can have a support group within the fandoms and know that meditation and these different things, accepting things like finding the ways of the Jedi, can actually help you with your struggles through life. So, just wanted to share that little bit about myself so that people aren't just caught off guard like, who is this guy? What is he doing? So, yeah, accept your failures. And that's that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you listening to the end. If you really enjoyed it, please like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, write a review. That'd be totally cool too. Don't forget to check me out on my other platforms. All of it is Saga Survivors on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch. Please follow, show some love. I'd really appreciate that. Don't forget this week, accept your failures. It helps you become the better person that you need to be, that you are. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. May the Force be with you. Peace.